Some of our favorite activities to do at the center are those ones where the kids get messy, and sensory is one of those. Well, today I've got one for you. It's a very inexpensive activity to do. It's something that all you need to have at home is a little bit of cornstarch, some water, and some food coloring if you want to spice it up. So, and a bowl or a bin. You could do this in the bathtub, you could do it in the kids' pool outside, anywhere. Very easy activity, and just wash her down the drain when you're done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix it all up and we're gonna make some goop, one of the kids' favorites. Just be aware that when the kids do get their hands in the goop, the first thing they wanna do is this, and it goes flying everywhere. Pour in just enough water that you can mix that cornstarch up. This is a great activity to do as a science experiment as well as for the sensory, and the children can lift it up and it just oozes out of their hands. But when you squeeze, it's a solid in your hand, and then when you open it up, it'll just drip out. Again, like I cautioned earlier that sometimes the kids, when they get on their hand, the first thing they want to do is flick it. So a great place to try this is outside or in the tub. Now, to add a little fun, I'm just going to a little bit of color. It doesn't take much, just a couple drops of food coloring. You know, you might get a little bit on your hands when you're mixing it in, but it's all good. So I put some blue and some red in there. Let's see what's going to happen. And I'm going to add a little bit more water in there. And if you're noticing it's too dry, just add some more water. And if you're noticing that it's too wet, just add a little bit more cornstarch in. And it's as easy as that to make some goop. So you can see it's really liquidy, and you can talk to the kids about solid and liquid. You could talk about color mixing when you do two different colors. What happened when I put the blue and the red together? Oh my goodness, where did that purple come from? And it's a little too runny now. Oh, I got some on the sides here I didn't work in. Let me work those in. Oh. And this is something the kids will do forever. You could do this in the bathtub. You don't need to put a lot in for the kids to do it, and they can let it go all over their bodies. With babies, you could put them in a bin and drizzle it on them. And it just washes off. It's just cornstarch and water. When you're done, just wash it down the drain. But the kids are always amazed how they can scoop it up and how it goes liquidy. And then when you let it sit for a few minutes, it'll start to get harder. While your children are playing in the goop, it's a great time to work on language building skills as well. There's lots of different words you can use, like the words solid and liquid and mushy. And you can get them to describe how it feels. The other thing too is, as it sits on them, as cornstarch will do, it will just, if you let it go, it would just dry and leave like a white paste on their hands, which is kind of a cool feeling. And then you can talk about wet and dry, so you can get into talking about opposites. I love the way it feels as it drizzles through, and the kids will talk about those different kinds of words too, and the more words you can use with them, the better. Again, this is goop, and all it was a bit of cornstarch and some water, and you just mix it up so it's runny to the consistency that you like, and you just let the kids play in it. Goop, what an amazing thing. It's such an awesome feeling as it just drizzles, and it's one of the best sensory experiences I think I've ever done with kids. Although, just be prepared, it is messy.